welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with this guy, your host, That Mania. Today we have the Toys Battalion Gold Magus. And this guy had a very, very quick turnaround. I think this was only on pre-order for like 3 months before I got it. I don't know what Toys Battalion is on. They're on some sort of crack. But I got it. Here it is. Pretty excited for this one because I do like the actor. And it's definitely a cool looking look. So very excited to see what this looks like. So here's the box. We got a picture of him on the front with a nice bit of gold space around him. The words Gold Magus in the Guardians of the Galaxy style font. Bringing it around. You can see a picture of him staring off into the nothing. Kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, like the like if you look at the album cover, that's kind of what it looks like. And then back. So let's get this box out of here and let's bring out the figure, shall we then? So here we have our beautiful gold man out of the box, looking much finer than I thought a Toys Battalion figure could look. Not 100% perfect, but it's a lot better than some of their previous offerings. I'm hoping that this is a step in the right direction for them, and they finally figured out what people wanted a 6-scale figure. Because Shazam ain't it, Chief. This guy looks pretty good so far. We'll go into a little bit more detail in a second here, but I just want to take a second to appreciate that Toys Battalion did it. They made a 6-scale figure that I don't hate. Congratulations. Moving on, let's take a closer look at the figure himself. I'll see you in a second. So like normal, before we look at the figure, let's look at some of the accessories. He comes with his normal, well, I wouldn't say normal, because they're kind of weird. He's got this open hand. Enhance. Then he's got this weird, like, grabbing hand, like he's doing some weird thing. It's like they just kind of took some default hands. Then he's got these normal holding hands, which don't really serve any purpose because he doesn't have anything to hold. And then he comes with these fun little blast effects, which I believe you just plug on there like that to make it look like he's doing that blasting thing he does in the movie, which is cool. Those are nice little. He doesn't really need anything else, so that's perfectly fine. And moving on to the figure himself, we can start out with the exact thing that I want to start talking about. That other than the head, I'm having an issue with this. I believe it's supposed to be glued down or something. Mine isn't. I'm going to glue it down at some point to fix it. But I just wanted to point out that my copy does have this issue. I couldn't imagine that that's supposed to come off. But I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it's a feature and I'm just missing it. But anyway, let's take a nice close look at that head sculpt there. Enhance. And that is a very, very nice head sculpt for Toys Battalion. I am quite impressed with their ability to actually do stuff when they want to put the effort in. It does indeed look like Will Poulter. I don't know how to say his name. I just know I saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy. I saw him in the Chronicles of Narnia, the third one. And he was really annoying and I hated him. So when I saw him in this, I'm glad that he's much better than he was previously. But the head sculpt, I think, actually looks better than the promotional one. I think it looks a lot more like him than the promotional one did, which is great. The gold, I'm worried, might start peeling off over time, but I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll see. Anyway, moving down to the mustard ketchup looking outfit. I like the gold with the red accents. I'm a big fan of red accents. I think red accents always do the best, and this is no different. There is the Marvel problem with a lot of extra lines that don't really need to be there, and you can see it here and here. It's that extra little bit to try to break up the suit, to overcomplicate the suit, which people don't like. I don't mind it nearly as much as everyone else here, but you can definitely see it all along here, all along the side there. It's all over the place. moving down a little bit more, you can see these nice gauntlets here. This piece right here is connected to this, not to the hand. I wish that they did what Hot Toys did, and this was just connected to the hand, but they chose to connect it to this, so you got to be careful when removing the hands. But you can see here, this is nice looking Wonder Woman-esque belt to break that up. This thigh armor looks pretty good. It's a little loose, but it's fine for articulation. You can definitely see that there's a nice seam line here. Wish they hid those a little bit better. That one's a little better, but this one is just right out in the way. I'm worried these knee pads are going to fall off over time with the glue, but at least it's fixable. And then he's got these Iron Man-esque boots here that look pretty good. Also, because they felt like it, I guess. Moving back up. His cape, for the most part, is wired. It's like a Superman cape. It's like the Superman cape, like the black suit Superman cape. So it's like a really janky wire, but it is a wire nonetheless. So that is a plus for him. Anyway, enough about him. Let's bring out the couple Guardians that I have so that we can see how they stack up next to Adam Warlock. So it turns out I only have a couple of the Guardians here, but you can see exactly what he looks like compared to all of them. Much taller than Rocket, as he's supposed to be. Slightly taller than Nebula, which I'm not quite sure the height difference there. Slightly shorter than Star-Lord. I forgot his name for a second there. That was embarrassing. But they do look very good together. I wonder if you could get a second team suit Star-Lord, like the team suit from the new movie, get a second one, and then pop this head on there for that end of movie appearance if you were looking for that. That'd be an interesting one to have. But yes, here's the Guardians of the Galaxy with Adam Warlock. Well, here's part of the Guardians of the Galaxy with Adam Warlock. Not a bad getup. I'm quite excited to get the rest of the Guardians at some point. Please, Hot Toys, the Drax. Please. We kind of need it. We haven't had a Drax in 10 years. Be nice to get a new one. Anyway, let's move on and see how flexible our Warlock happens to be. See you then. So, like normal, we have our life ending 360 degrees. Oh, his head's on one of these, so he's got a range. He can go up that far and down that far. You can bring it slightly more up to get more range, but that would look a little weird. This cape is kind of annoying. Arm goes up that far comfortably. Nice back and forth. Goes up that far without, hopefully, the shoulder pad falling off. It goes back that far without the shoulder pad falling off. Crunches a decent amount. Back crunches a decent amount. Leg goes up that far. Leg goes back that far. That's as comfortable as I want to get with the knee bend there. Yep. I told you about these knee pads. I just didn't trust them. I'll fix that later. And then, nice ankle articulation. Now, with that and the knee pad that I had warned about not trusting, they just something felt off about them. Let's get to the end of the video, shall we then? Fun fact for you, the display base for this guy also has a flight pole. So you can have him either with a crotch grabber or a flight pole. And the flight pole is kind of janky. I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of flight poles in general because I don't like the way they crush figures over time. But whatever, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Gold Guy. Gold Guy, who ended up being pretty good. Worried about that with, again, Toys Battalion's name on it. Scares the hell out of me because they are not a good company. They constantly release just garbage. But this guy wasn't actually garbage. He was a diamond in the rough, or some gold in the rough, because he is quite golden after all. If you picked up this figure, let me know. If you don't trust Dirty Toys Battalion and you decided not to pick up this figure, I hope this swayed you one way or the other, whether you wanted it or not. Because I will say, all in all, not a bad figure. Like I said, he's not perfect, but he's a lot better than I expected him to be, which is good. That's hopeful. I'm hoping every 6-scale company at some point can quite figure it out. I'm content with it, and that's what matters to me. I hope you can feel the same way at some point with this figure, if you got it or not. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to comment, because I make sure to respond to every single comment, every single one that's not gibberish. And I love talking to you guys. You guys are the best. And if you comment, feel free to like the video and also subscribe to the channel, because we are very close to 500 subscribers. And when I hit 500 subscribers, I'll probably open up the Discord and the Facebook group that I have been keeping hidden away for God knows how long. And with all that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and Adam Warlock is a golden guy. I will see you in the next video where we do another 6-scale figure review. I will see you then.